And here now, the weather from our chief meteorologist, John Chase.
Well, another winter has pretty much come and gone, and March, true to form, is due to come in like a lion and hopefully go out like a lamb. At least that's how it works here in the United States. But did you know that March behaves differently in other countries? In Norway, for example, March comes in like a polar bear and goes out like a walrus. Or in Honduras, where March comes in like a frog and goes out like a golden retriever. Or consider the case of the Maldive Islands, where March comes in like a wildebeest and goes out like an ant, a little tiny ant about this big. Or consider South Africa, where March comes in like a lion and goes out like a different lion, like one has a mane, one doesn't have a mane. And did you know that there is a country where March hops in like a kangaroo and stays a kangaroo for a while and then becomes a smaller kangaroo, and then for a couple days is a cross between a frilled lizard and a common house cat. And then it goes back to the smaller kangaroo, and then it goes out like a wild dingo. And it's not Australia. You'd think it'd be Australia, but it's not Australia. And look, pal, I know a country that comes in like a rookie and goes out like an athlete of the week. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whenever you may happen to be tuning in. I am Brian Carpenter, sports editor of the Meriden Record-Journal, and welcome to Athletes of the Week, Week 8 for the winter season. Pete, my man, we're getting to the end of the line here, to the very end of the line, but we're still walking the line here for Athletes of the Week. We got a lot of good stuff going on, and right off the top, I just want to say you figure the man of the hour this week would be Ben Stratton, a Platte Wrestling State Open champion. We're very psyched for Ben. Thing is, we nominated Ben, if you remember, back in week 1. So once you're nominated once, that's it for the season. But we want to acknowledge Ben's accomplishment. Tremendous. Only the third Platte wrestler to ever win a State Open championship. And Pete, here's the good news. We're expecting to have Ben as a guest on later this week for our highlights show. I understand you might be a little nervous going in. I don't know. You shouldn't be nervous, Ben. What's nervous is, I don't know, wrestling in the 182-pound State Open Championship final. You did that quite well. But I told Coach McCarty, I said, Ben's a little nervous. He can always warm up on you, Pete. A couple single leg takedowns, and just so you know it's coming. Ben, we look forward to seeing you. For now, we're going to backtrack to our Week 7 nominees. Let's see, we started with the girls last week, so we're going to start with the boys this week. Pete, I've got it all down here on my magic pad. If you remember, our nominees for Week 7 for the boys. From Maloney Wrestling, Dimitri Carnot defended his Class L 132-pound championship. We also had Mr. Will Paulik from Wilcox Tech Basketball, which wrapped up an 18-2 regular season. And also from Sheehan Hockey, Tyler Robertson for his Willis Reed game against rival Lyman Hall. Our winner was Mr. Will Paulik from Wilcox Tech, and we caught up with him on Monday before the Indians took on Whitney Tech in the CTC quarterfinals.
This is Sean Kropsic here at Wilcox Tech High School. I'm with senior Will Paulik on the Wilcox Tech basketball team. Will, congratulations on being Athlete of the Week.
Thank you.
Yeah, what does that mean to you to be honored today?
It's an honor.
Yeah.
Really.
Yeah. This year has been the best of the 4 years here on the team?
Yes and no. I mean, I missed so many games, and I wasn't happy about that.
Yeah.
I've never missed that many games before.
You were out 4 games with an ankle injury?
Yeah.
Yeah, tell us about that. How difficult was that for you?
Well, when I hurt my ankle, it sucked, obviously, and especially since it's my senior season, I wanted to play. So.
Yeah, and when you came back, you came out on fire, huh? You had the big game against Goodwin, 22 points, 13 boards.
I was slow to come back in the first couple of games, but I finally got in my rhythm,
Yeah, so is it just that now you're motivated to finish strong here in your senior year?
Yeah, I want to finish out strong, give it my all, I mean, nobody wants to look back and say that they didn't go 100%.
Yeah, absolutely. So tell me about this season. You guys are 18-2.
Yeah.
And one of the top teams in the conference. What's made this team so strong this year?
Well, we've been playing together for maybe 2 years, probably the same kids, so we're gelling pretty well. I mean, we're all there during the summer. We all come to practices every day. We're all there,
Yeah. So you guys have a lot of scorers. You average about 9 points, 7 rebounds a game, something like that. And It's hard to find points with this team. You guys have so many scorers, huh?
Yeah. Well, that's the thing. Like, if one of us isn't doing good, then somebody else picks it up.
Will, thank you for taking time to speak with Peter and Sean before Monday's game. Now, Wilcox won that game. If I remember correctly, it was 73-58 over Whitney. That puts Wilcox in tonight's CTC semifinal. So if you're watching this video around 5:30 when Pete puts it up online, just know you can cruise over to Wilcox Tech at 6 o'clock. Wilcox is playing Goodwin Tech. They played twice this year, split the regular season series. The winner advances to Saturday's championship, which will probably be against Prince Tech. That's the picture there. And, of course, Wilcox going on to the State Division IV tournament as well. Pairings came out today. Go online right now to myrecordjournal.com. You can check out who's playing who, and you can also vote for this week's slate of nominees. And they are, for the boys, we're going to jump right into it. I've got them here in my pad in alphabetical order. Our first guy, easy pick. Real easy pick. It was from Sheehan Swimming. Now, Sheehan and Lyman Hall had the rivalry meet on Friday. Pete had some clips from that, I do believe. And Sheehan won that meet to wrap up the SEC Division II crown. Congratulations to Coach Keith Cargan and his boys. A lot of good swimmers there for Sheehan this year. The Zellner brothers, Adam DiDomenico, a lot of guys doing good stuff there this year in the pool. We're going to go with this guy, Andrew Bueller, junior diver. Now, Andrew's a two-time state champ. And now he had a back injury to start the season. He's came back. He's coming on strong, looking to win a third-class championship. It will be Class S this year. It's March 7th at Plainville. For now, against Lyman Hall, puts up a 305.25. That breaks his own six-dive school record. Congratulations to you, Andrew. Good luck to you at the Class S meet, looking for your third state title. Boys, nominee number 2. Number 3. They're both basketball players. Now, I got to say, too, their season is over. Their season is over. They're on teams that did not make the postseason, but these boys had good seasons, and they warrant being athletes of the week pretty much for what they did from week 1 through to week 8. We're going to start over at the west side, Platt High School. It's a rough season this year, no doubt about it, 2-18. But you know what? The future looks bright because of guys like this. Tremaine Carter. Trey Carter is only a junior. He led the Panthers. I'm sorry, I stand corrected. Trey, I didn't mean to age you a year. You're only a sophomore. You got 2 more years. Only a sophomore. Trey led the Panthers in scoring this year, just about 20 points a game. He had 26, which was a season high, in the season finale against Maloney, which was a victory for Platt. And our other boys basketball nominee, going over to the east side of town. Again, here's a player who was strong from week 1 to week 8, and his name is Damian Pantoja. The senior, Damian, averaged in a double-double. I got to get this right. He averaged a double-double, 12 points, 10 rebounds for the season. He had 11 in the season finale against Platt. He should get all-conference recognition when those postseason laurels are announced. Moving over to the girls. First, we start with our Week 7 winner. And we had all-girls basketball players last week. I remember it. I remember it clear as day. We had, from Southington, Miss Allison Carr. From Platt, Miss Jaylena Gore-Dills, and from Lyman Hall, Miss Kailey Lipka. Our winner, and it was a close vote, seems to always be a close vote. Our winner was from Lyman Hall, Miss Kailey Lipka. Sean and Pete caught up with her on Monday, shortly before the Trojans were due to go up to Weathersfield to open the Class L state tournament.
All right, this is Sean Krofsik here at Lyman Hall with Lyman Hall Junior Athlete of the Week, Kailey Lipka. Kailey, thank you for having us in your gym. Yeah. So, Kailey, tell us about this year. What's this year been like at Lyman Hall?
Well, it's been a lot of up and downs. Like, we've had a lot of good times. We work really well together. The team's really we get along. But we had a lot of close games that we unfortunately lost. And the one against Hillhouse with 4 overtimes, that was a heartbreaker. But
yeah, tell us what was that like? That experience playing every minute of that game.
It was tiring, but I didn't feel tired during the game or even after because of the adrenaline. But it was fun and it was a good experience.
What's been the highlight of the year so far for the team? Would you say?
I'm not really sure, but just playing and obviously making states and then getting into the postseason, and hopefully we can go for a run there.
Yeah. So you've been around this team a long time now. And you're getting close to 1,000 points, as you were just telling us. Yeah. So you're getting close. How much do you think about, possibly getting 150?
Yeah, I've really been hoping, and I think I'll get there, especially with next year. And it'll be exciting, and it'll be a big milestone for me.
Yeah. So, what do you feel you guys could do in the postseason?
I think we can make it through like the first couple of rounds and hopefully like contend. Because last year we were in Class L, and this year we dropped down to Class L, which I think is better for us. So hopefully we can get a little farther.
So you pretty much could do everything on the court. What's your favorite part of basketball?
I like shooting threes.
Yeah.
Kailey, thank you for taking time to speak with Peter and Sean on Monday. As mentioned, Kailey and the Trojans, they played Weathersfield in their Class L opener. I like your dad so much, I was pulling for you. I'm not ashamed to say it. I was pulling for Lyman Hall to win. All of our teams, if any of our Class L teams won on Tuesday night, they're playing again on Friday, and I hope to be assigning guys to 3 different games on Friday. All right, in the meantime, we've got some Week 8 candidates to get to for the girls. We're going to stick with basketball, and we're going to go over to the west side of Meriden to Wilcox Tech. Now, the Indian season, it just ended on Monday night in the Class M tournament. But you know what, Pete, and you know this because you saw him. What a good season for Coach Rob Janica and his team. They went 15-5 in the regular season, got to their conference semifinals, and they drew a pretty high seed in Class M, number 7, if I recall. It added up to a 16-7 season. Big contributing factor all year, this score right here, Kayla Ransom. She is a junior forward. She was a regular scorer for the Indians, and she went out with 12 points in the quarterfinals against Platte Tech. That put Wilcox in the semifinals against Prince Tech. They lost to Immaculate on Monday. Season's over at 16-7, but it was a good one for Wilcox Tech. We're going to go over to gymnastics. Southington Gymnastics, it was a rebuilding year this year. Southington is always a strong, solid program. They're very young this year. One of their senior captains had an injury to start the year, so they were very, very young. But you know what? This girl right here, Miss Natalie Reeves, only a freshman. What a fantastic season for this girl. She, in 6 dual meets that the Lady Knights had, she was Southington's top scorer in 5 of them. She also led them on the vault, on the beam, and on the bars at last Saturday's Class L state tournament out at Pomperog. That brings us to our third and final nominee. Who's it going to be, Pete? Girls basketball, indoor track. We already did a gymnast. You know what it is? It's going to be a wrestler. Yes, a wrestler. And not just any wrestler. It's Maloney senior Jocelyn Rodriguez. That's a girl. She's been wrestling at Maloney all 4 years. And, she's just not a person to put out there to fill out the roster. This girl's good. She's good. She's a defending state girls champ. And you know what? This year, Pete, wrestling against pretty much boys, she went 23-13, and she even had a pin at the Class L tournament. Jocelyn Rodriguez is going to New London on Sunday looking to defend her 106-pound state championship. We wish her well. There you have it, Pete. 6 more candidates. Do we have 6 more? We have 1 more week perhaps in the winter. We shall see. Get out there and win some postseason games this week, folks, and we shall see. For now, as soon as you see this video, you folks can go online from now until Sunday night. Pete's going to put the address right about here. Right, Pete? Right there. Go there, myrecordjournal.com/sports, and vote for your favorite athlete. We'll announce the winners next week. Also, remember to tune in for the highlights show on Saturday morning. We expect to have State Open champion Ben Stratton as our guest. Hopefully, Petey won't rough you up too much with his warm-up takedowns. But if he does, just keep that camera right there and we'll be good to go. Folks, I thank you for tuning in. I am Brian Carpenter, sports editor of the Record Journal. Thank you to Peter. Thank you to Sean and my man Justin Weeks, and always Joe Boyle and all the guys out there. Ronnie Buck, good to have you aboard. My man Ryan Conchado. Thank you very much for watching.